Ending in the inbox is becoming tougher and tougher. And if we want to reach our prospects, our clients, or even our friends, one thing that we want to do is validate all of our emails, typically on an ongoing basis. So what will we need in order to do this? One thing that we'll need is make.com. I use a validation software for emails called dbounce.io. You could use any other validation software, just Google it. Set up a Google Sheets. And then if you use Beehiiv, ConvertKit, Go High Level, this is all going to be like the same sort of framework. For the example today, I'm using Beehiiv because I'm starting a newsletter on that tool. Next, what are the steps? You have 8 here. For just a quick speed run through the steps, what we're going to go do is in the email sending platform for Beehiiv, for example, we're going to go make a new tag called invalid email. Next, whenever someone is tagged with that label, what we're going to go do is add them to a dynamic segment. This is just a fancy word for a list. We also need the tools to talk to one another. So in order to do that, we'll need to get the API keys from Dbounce and Beehiiv so that we're able to connect them inside of make.com. We'll set up a Google Sheet with these columns, and then we will then test it. So let's jump in. First thing that we're going to go want to do is create a new tag. This is an amazing load. What I did is I just created a new tag, and you can name it anything you want. And a valid tag example. Bounces aren't cool, so let's label them red. However, that's how I did that part. Now, we're going to go create a dynamic segment. In order to do this, I'll walk you through what that looks like. We'll create a segment here. We'll say that it's dynamic. We'll say that the name of it is test 1, 2, 3. And then we'll click this button below that says define conditions. We're going to go to the condition button. We'll select attribute. And then what we're going to go click again after is tag. Subscriber tags includes invalid email. So now whenever someone is tagged with this label, they're automatically going to be added to this list. The reason why this is important is because let's just say we're creating an email and we want to send it out to our base. What we're going to be able to do after is simply exclude this specific segment. So whenever we're sending, we're only sending to qualified emails. What we want to do after is just get the API keys for our email validation software and Beehiiv. To do that, where we could do that is if you go to Dbounce, you just select API, and then you can just copy this key over here. In Beehiiv, if you go to their integrations page, all you have to do is just make a new API key and then copy the publication ID. So what's next is we'll create a Google Sheet. I'm just going to go copy these columns here. Let's go and click sheets.new. Let's paste this and then transpose them. Where'd they go? Paste, transposed. Just cleaning up the sheet here. So now what we have is we have a spreadsheet where all of the information for our lead list are going to go into. So just speaking to them a little bit, this is where all the emails are going to go. This is where today's date is going to go. This is the specific time. And we have the subscriber ID directly from Beehiiv. And also once we integrate with Dbounce, we're going to be able to see if the emails are safe to send or if they're invalid. So that's exactly what's going to go happen. What's next? We're going to go create the connections in make.com. So in order to get something like this, what you need to go do is go to your scenarios at the top right. You'll click new scenario. And then the 4 modules, each and every single one of these circles is a new module here. We're going to go need a webhook. We're going to go need to select debounce's email validation. And in order to find this, what we need to do is click add module, select it, type in debounce. And for the very first time that you use it, you're going to need to input your API key. And then you just go through the screens, and then you should be able to set it up in a few seconds. Now, what we're going to go look at is how can we input the information that comes from Beehiiv and debounce into Google Sheets. What I have set up here is an add a row module where we're going to go add the subscriber email. We're going to go add the date, the specific timestamp, the subscriber ID, which is from Beehiiv, and then also the result of the debounce validation. And what we're looking for specifically is this section over here where it says it's safe to send. Once we have that all set up, we can just click OK. And we're going to go select a filter after the add a row, which is if the result is not equal to safe to send, add a tag to add this invalid email tag to the specific subscriber. And then we're just getting the subscriber ID that we initially picked up from the webhook. So I might have skipped a step. However, if we want to go test this automation, where we're going to go to in just a moment is the automation section in Beehiiv. Okay, let's go here. We're going to go to, let's just make a new one. Test. We're going to add a trigger here. So whenever there's a new subscriber, let's just say someone signed up. I think I butchered that. Okay, we're going to go activate it here. And then we're going to go add a webhook. Send webhook here. Let's go to the settings. The best web hook ever. There we go. For the destination URL, we're going to go to the scenario here in make.com. We're going to go click the webhook. So this is the address that we're sending the ping to. We're going to go copy the address to the clipboard. We'll input the URL here. For the request method, we're going to go select a post. For content type, we're going to go do application JSON. We don't need to add any headers, I don't think. And then just for the test, what we're going to go do is we're going to go X out of this. We're going to go select run this module only. And then what we're going to go do is we're going to go send a test to webhook. So in just a moment, the data should pull through. And it was pretty quick. So you can see here that we got all the data. So we have the email, we have the subscriber ID, and then we also have some other information here that's not really that relevant. Now, if we want to test this entire automation, what we're going to go do is here. We're going to go send another test webhook. And to walk you through what that looks like, we're going to go click into the debounce module. We're going to go see that this is a valid email address. And then for the Google Sheets add a row, we added this specific information to the row. So now going over to the Google Sheet, what we should have set up here, or what we should see, is something that looks like the following. We have the email address, we have the date, we have the specific Unix timestamp, we have the subscriber ID, and we also see that it's safe to send. You might be wondering, well, hey, why is it bold over here? It's because it picks up the format from the column or the row right above it. So now the second time that we run this automation, it should not be bold. It won't be bold. Now, if we want to convert this 45,548 into a date, what we're going to go do here is we're going to go select the entire column. We're going to go to format. We're going to go to number here. And then we're going to go scroll all the way down to September 26th, 2008. And now we have a normal looking date. So that's the automation. Let's see exactly what's left. We have to turn on the automation next. So in order to do that, we're going to go select this button and we're going to go toggle it on. So that's the video. If you liked what you saw, feel free to subscribe. If you want to stay in touch with me, just feel free to go to theleveragedway.com to sign up for the newsletter and stay in touch. So hope you have a wonderful day and thanks for watching. Cheers.